have something here that I was very unexpected to go ahead and get contacted by, and I am thrilled to actually be a part of. It is something that has been in my childhood, a collaboration that has been mind-blowing, and one of those things that, you know, an opportunity comes along that your childhood dream gets to be reality. And for me, riding push boards, longboards, companies like Loaded that have been out forever and creating boards that have been incredible, downhill crafters, dance boards, freestyle riders, mini cruisers, everything you can imagine. They've gone ahead and partnered up with Evolve to create one of the best looking midi shortboards that are out there right now, the Onirique. I believe that's French for dreamlike, and that is one of those things where the Onirique for me is très magnifique. And honestly, let's go ahead and dive into this incredible, fantastic collaboration between two great companies, Loaded and Evolve. So here is the box, and let's do a little unboxing. The Onirique Evolve Loaded collaboration, one of the probably best looking shortboards I've seen, because it is just totally unique, different design than you would find on any Evolve board that they have come to date with. And on top of that, just in the summer of minis that have been coming out, this is just a beautiful, refreshing board to stare at. So let's go ahead and unbox this thing. So beautiful right here, design shows you the name Evolve Loaded on here. Deck and wheels designed by Loaded. Again, a staple in the skateboarding community. Loaded has been making boards for years, and they have crafted, again, some of my favorite boards that I have owned personally and still have in my collection. So slide this thing off. Are you guys ready? I don't know if you're ready for this. This is kind of a unique board, man. An Onirique, the Onirique from Evolve and Loaded. Your skating has evolved, but wait a minute. Look at this deck. Look at the wheel flares on here. Look at the concave. Oh my God, it is such a good looking deck, and the specs have changed. So let me go ahead and dive into this thing and do the more unboxing here. So obviously you're greeted with that beautiful board. You have then inside of here, your Evolve kit. Now this is my first time ever unboxing an Evolve, let alone actually riding an Evolve system. So when they reached out to me, I was pleasantly surprised, enthusiastic to go ahead and check this thing out, but very nice packaging inside of here. So you're greeted with their Y tool. So nice different style Y tool there, allows you to get into all the nooks and crannies. The charger, which is a 4 amp charger. Extra screws, nuts and bolts and Allen keys there, always appreciated. Physical manual is also inside of here as well too. Gives you a breakdown on the remote control, the features, everything inside there as well too. Let's go ahead and also unbox their remote. Totally different, unique style remote than what I'm used to. It took me honestly a couple rides to get used to, but I was pleasantly surprised with it. And you know, it's cool because it's also left hand, right hand mode. You just have the ability to do both. But yeah, that braking mode up top there took a little. I had a couple accidents, let's just say that. But we don't care about remotes, and we don't care about chargings and things like that. What we care about here is this deck. Look at this thing. It is not a short board. Let me tell you, this thing is a massively mid-shaped board. It's an in-between that longboard style and that shortboard style, and a beautiful design. I mean, overall, just aesthetically, first thing you see, color on there, the bamboo that's on top there as well too. Flip it over there. Beautiful aesthetics on the bottom there too. Loaded just went ahead and did a fantastic job crafting this beautiful, beautiful deck. Now let's go ahead and dive a little bit further into the deck specs this here as well. Tip to tip is 34.5 inches. The width at the widest point is 10.25, wheelbase being 22 inches. This profile style is a rocker, and the deck itself only weighs 4.3 pounds, obviously without the electronics and everything inside there as well too. But the whole point of the Onirique was the wide width with the mild concave there. Positioned wheel flares, those are for stability and snappiness, which I can definitely attest to. Being able to put your foot inside these pockets here, your back foot placement is perfectly mounted right here with these nice wheel flares, allowing you to know where your foot placement is there. And then up front, I was standing pretty much right in this area here too, but allowing me to go ahead and get some whoop-ahs in and kick this thing out on the back end there. That was probably my favorite feature on here. This thing feels more like a surfboard than it does a skateboard to me. The double kingpin trucks compared with these beautiful deck and that foot placement and the stance, giving you a much wider platform than you would find on a shortboard, but a much shorter platform than you would on a longboard. It just overall is a fantastic deck choice, and they really did do a fantastic job crafting this for Evolve. Now the construction of the deck, it is a 3-layer bamboo core sandwiched between fiberglass and epoxy layers for their lightweight strength with bomb-proof durability. That bamboo veneer on top and the bottom provides the aesthetical and the functional finish to it, and the aggressive grip tape on top allows you to have both hold for cruising plus the actual ripping of this board. Now, again, as you can see, I was enjoying myself on this board. Ripping this thing around was so much fun. It was so responsive and so snappy underneath my feet. The combination of the wheels, the motor power, and this deck allows you to have pinpoint accuracy with where you want to place this board, and you can get an incredible amount of wapas out of this thing. This elliptical shape overall is actually a shape that you would find in the surf community from shapers like Tomo or Album. These are fantastic shaper companies that are out in California, and they allow you to, from the top down, you see this elliptical shape. This shape overall, when it comes to surfing world, your rails, your leaders inside there, everything about the shape of a surfboard completely lends to the responsiveness inside the water. That stands true as well to when you get on side of land with a skateboard. These wheel flares, the shape of it, it's totally unique. It's an unlike design that you would find as far as anything else that's come out right now. And those wheel flares allowing you to find your foot placement there with that concave in the middle. It is a positive, fantastic board to feel and stand on. I mean, once you get on this thing and you start pumping this thing, I found myself just reminiscing back into getting in the water and being able to get these cutbacks, get these serious awesome slides and these awesome turn radiuses on here, and it felt locked in. Never once was I looking down where my foot placement was and being like, oh, is my foot too far back? Is my foot too far forward? Knowing that after a few rides, getting my foot placement and dialing this thing in, it truly was an absolutely experience that I can't attest that, Loaded really has done a fantastic job making an incredible deck. Now, I know your first question is this replacing the Stoke? It is not. I believe that they're going to be working coincide together inside there as well too, but they did do some amazing upgrades inside of the battery emplacement. So with the Stoke series at a 144 watt hours, that was there for allowing you to get onto certain airlines. Now there's certain airlines you'd have to check with those FAA regulations, but that allows you to carry a board worldwide, travel with it, and be able to ride, wherever you're going. With a 216 watt hour, 6 amp hours, which is about a 50% increase overall from the Stoke series to this. So you're gonna get more miles per miles with this board than you would with the Stoke. As far as power, you're still getting the same power and the ESC that you'd find in the Stoke series, which is overall, I found very smooth and very responsive. I never left sport mode, which they do have 3 different modes of eco mode, sport mode, their GTR, Corsa mode. I've never found myself leaving sport mode because for me, I was ripping this thing. I don't know what it was when you stepped on this board, the carvability of it with those loaded wheels on there, that double kingpin and this deck, it made me just want to treat this thing like a surfboard. I was just ripping and carving everywhere with this thing. And I can truly attest that the smile on my face didn't necessarily matter how far I was going with it, but overall was just having an incredibly enjoyable time. Now, talking about that battery and talking about the actual watt hours, now what Evolve is claiming is up to 15 miles of range on here, and I could see that happening, that if you were someone that is a lighter rider, I'm 100 kilograms, 220 pounds, if you found yourself being able to, hang out in a lower mode and be able to just kind of cruise in a straight line, maybe you'd find yourself in that 15 to 18 miles of range. But for me, I found it closer to the 12 miles of range because I was just ripping this thing so hard. I was doing cutbacks, I was snapping, going up to 20 miles an hour, just truly enjoying this thing, which is what I think it's meant to be. It is a short-term cruiser. It is your around town grocery getter. Bring it to the skate park, enjoy if the waves are flat, this thing is what you hop on to go ahead and get your pump going and tell me this is a serious leg workout. I found myself with the double kingpin and the carving that I was doing, just overall an incredible experience. But again, if you are looking for this to be a long range beast, it's not gonna fit that category, but I think that you're going to find the customization with the remote control and the ESC, you could find yourself a nice sweet spot there as well too, and get yourself an enjoyable experience here. Let's go ahead and flip over and talk about the electronics, the bottom part of this board and everything about there. Now, it is essentially the same levels that you find inside the Stoke series as far as performance goes. So you still find that EFOX series inside there. Underneath here, you find the gorgeous CNC heatsink inside there, connected to the two 1500 watt motors at 3000 power total. That is plenty of power to get you up to 22 miles per hour, which I think is great. It's a sweet spot, allows you to accelerate pretty quickly and, you know, get yourself out of the way there. This is, again, I would say a short-term cruiser. This isn't something that's going for long range, long distances, but it's around town, your skate park, your waves are flat, and you're going ahead and rip around on this thing as well too. Now, this is my first time ever dealing with the phase remote here. This is your acceleration, your brake, you have your screen up top here, and your selection modes on the back here. Now, it is a CNC aluminum cast system. It feels good in the hand. The benefit with the top mounted is that you're able to be a lefty or a righty. You don't have to worry about that sense. Now, it did take me a few rides to basically get the acceleration and braking triggering system. It came second nature after, like I said, a few rides, getting underneath my belt there. It allowed me to definitely get used to it. And I found myself pretty enjoyable. You know, I didn't really necessarily need to because I was carving so aggressively, really pulling the brakes too much. So I did find one or two accidents where I pushed on the brake when I thought I was accelerating and vice versa, and had to do little runouts of now and then. But with time, you're gonna find that this does come, you know, second nature after a few rides there too. Now, the cool part about this also is that this has complete customization inside of here and with the app. So you can go ahead and dive into the Evolve app. It allows you to customize your brake, your acceleration, and everything along those lines that way to give you a full customization mode, which is great. You know, it's a nice feature that they definitely went and dove further into to giving you the best feature for your ride style and your ride feel. It is a USB-C type charger, which I love, and it does come with some great safety features that when you do turn it on, it does go into safe mode, so it doesn't let you pull down the acceleration and launch off initially, which I did find myself at first not realizing what I had to do, where you either tap the brake or push up on the button there, and that allows you to turn safe mode off. Overall, really nice remote, and you know, it's a cool different design versus your wheel design. Wheel designs are tried and true, but I think that you're gonna find yourself, if you do get this, you know, you'll find yourself enjoying this definitely. Now, you do have the Evolve Double Kingpin Truck Series, which are very carvy. I truly enjoyed this. I really think that they did a fantastic job with the bushing selecting inside there, on top of the Double Kingpin setup as well too. And attached to those, orangutan loaded Kugwama wheels, 85 millimeter with 80A durometer, super squishy, but also have that ability to slide this thing out. You can go ahead and whip this thing around, which is fantastic. That is the point of this board, is just fun. It is a fun, surfy style carve board. I really did find myself just like really enjoying the carve more than anything on this board. And, you know, overall, just a very enjoyable experience. So here is the one thing that you might find that everyone says, like, you know, going back, that's as far back as you can go before you hit the bash guard there. So as far as manuals go, you can do them, but you gotta be really careful. Otherwise, you're gonna scrape up that backside there. You know, on top of that, the reason why I do like the bash guard is this. Fits two hands, staying straight up. And I can walk around normally. I mean, that is really nice to have. On top of that, it is brilliantly light. I mean, very light, surprisingly light. So overall thoughts with the Onirique, the collaboration with Loaded and Evolve, I think that they took what their Stoke platform was and just amplified it better. Bigger battery capacity, 50% more battery capacity. This Loaded deck is incredible. They did a fantastic job creating a completely brand new style deck for the Eskate community, and being able to work with Evolve has done a great job with it. If I had to complain about anything, they got the bigger battery capacity inside there. There are other boards out there that do allow you to have a more capacity, but at the sacrifice of the weight and the more power that you have to be able to push that thing forward. I found myself really just enjoying the lightweight nimbleness of this board and the carvability of it as well too. The truck placement, as far as where the trucks and the actual positioning of it, you can see in here that it is so much far forward than it would be on other boards, allowing you to get a much better stance and allow you to put your foot right behind that front truck there and give you much more control with your slides, with your carvability, and just overall found myself in a much wider stance than I would find on any other shortboard that's out there. I think that Loaded and Evolve did a great job comparing it together here, and that this board's gonna sell pretty well. Now, if you do want to go ahead and check out that link down below, there is a code down there as well too, and that will give you a discount and kick back some money towards me too. It is an affiliate link. But guys, I really think that if you are someone that is looking for a shortboard cruiser that is a true skateboarder at heart, you will find this Loaded deck with this Evolve collaboration as a fantastic board for yourself. Now go ahead and check out that link down below. If you haven't yet, click subscribe, thumbs up this video, tons more coming out. And until next time guys, remember, always wear your helmet, Be safe.
La belle